Alright, what up, Adamsters? Welcome back to another Weathering Waves video. Before we begin, we're on the road to 1,000 subs, so if you guys like, remember to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. We're gonna jump right in. I don't have HIYUKI. I'm not getting lucky. My luck has gone into a different game called Mongol Stardive. As you guys seen from the videos, my luck is kind of cracked in that game right now. But Weathering Waves, I've heard people say that HIYUKI is not good without her weapon, and honestly I think that's a lie, because I honestly think that, sure, her, if you read her weapon, it's crazy. Like, the damage increase you would get from getting her weapon as well would absolutely just destroy the game. But you don't need her weapon for her to do really good damage as well. She can still, I think this is my opinion, I think she can still one-shot bosses even with different weapons if you just throw different weapons on her. Now, I don't have her, so I'm using your boy the Aura Farmer to show what swords can be good for HIYUKI. I haven't been playing the game, so there's a lot of stuff for me to do. I'm gonna get to it because I do really want HIYUKI. I have to win my like 550-50. Hopefully we do that. But the first sword, obviously, if you don't have her weapon, I do feel like this sword is definitely the second best option for you, because the nice chunk of crit rate has some decent attack, increases your energy regen, but it doesn't only increase your energy regen, but it also increases your attack by 6%, and it stacks twice. So that energy regen as well, you like, her ultimate does a lot of damage, and her ultimate is sick. I've seen it. I've tested her out. Her ultimate is a very hard hitting ultimate. So is, and then her animation is top tier. So having this weapon is kind of crazy if you think about it. You got the crit rate, so you can have a 4-piece main echo crit damage, right? Because I'm pretty sure her weapon is also crit rate, so having that main echo crit damage is going to be really nice for your character. And you got the energy regen, which means you can get her ultimate much faster, and then you got the increased attack, so you're going to be hitting harder. I do think that this weapon is 100% second in slot, without a doubt, without a question in your mind. If you don't have a weapon, this weapon is definitely going to be better. Now, it depends on what swords you have, but I feel like every single free-to-play in this game has this sword. I'm almost 100% certain that majority of the free-to-plays have this sword, because this sword is just so good, and it works on a ton of characters. It works on a ton of people. So, if you don't have a weapon, second best in slot is Emerald of Genesis. And there are some 4-star options, which I do show here. Like the Overture. Now, this 4-star weapon I wouldn't use. There's obviously some other weapons I would use over it. Some other 4-star weapons I would use over it. But let's say you don't have anything, and this is the only 4-star sword you have. The energy regen is where it becomes good. The energy regen, so you can spam the ultimate. With this weapon, you'd obviously have to make an ultimate spamming damage dealing HIYUKI, right? She can still dish out damage, but you're going to be missing out on a chunk of damage. So, I mean, the good thing is you're going to be able to do your ultimate basically every time you rotate into her, which I think is pretty nice. And then you also restoring your concerto energy, or whatever, you know, the energy. I think that's the energy to like switch between your characters. But there's not much to say about this weapon. This weapon is like, if you want to build like a full bursty HIYUKI damage dealer type build, I would not recommend this weapon unless like you have nothing, right? Everyone has this 3-star weapon unless you're a beginner. Honestly, you could just throw this on her, it's whatever, but don't. This 4-star weapon, the Lunar Cutter, is actually a really decent option to throw on her. You got the attack, right? Attack substat is attack as well, attack percent, which is really nice. And then the Equip Resonator gains 6 stacks of Oath upon entering the battle. Each stack increases attack by 12%, so you're getting a 2%, so you're getting a 12% increase in total for your attack. But then it also lowers every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds you lose 1 stack of Oath, but then you regain 6 stacks upon defeating an enemy as well. So the thing about this weapon is you'd have to switch, right? Let's say you use her, you stay on the field for like 12 seconds or even 15 or 20. You get the ultimate off if you have enough. After those 15 seconds, I want you swapping off to your support and swap right back on to your main damage dealer, which would be HIYUKI. You'd only be missing out on, like, let's say the time you switch between your support and HIYUKI, you're going to be missing out on damage. But once you swap back to HIYUKI, let's say you have Lene or something, the damage your HIYUKI is going to be able to dish out, even with this 4-star weapon, is absolutely phenomenal. I think this 4-star weapon is going to be really good for HIYUKI. If I can get HIYUKI, I can test out HIYUKI with these different weapons, right? Because I don't have a weapon, so I'd actually have to kind of do testing and see what free to play, what 4-star weapon would be good on her. But this definitely has a place. I'm telling you right now, do not sleep on this weapon. I do think HIYUKI can do massive amounts of damage with this weapon. All right, I'm just letting you guys know. There is another weapon, and it's the Commando of Conviction, which is also attack and attack percent, but the passive is where things change. This is for a quick swap HIYUKI build. Also, basically, it's the same type of quick swap you would use with the Lunar Cutter. It's the same exact gameplay style you'd use. So these two 4-star weapons are definitely third option. The second option is that 5-star weapon with the crit rate. The first option is obviously her weapon. But then right after, if you don't have the 5-star sword that I just showed you at the beginning of the video, you can use these two 4-star swords. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to be able to dish out nice chunks of damage. I'm telling you that right now. When intro skill is cast, increase attack by 15%, lasting for 15 seconds. So this is actually a more attack percent it's giving you than the 4-star weapon, and it's even more than the 5-star weapon's passive attack increase. So it's 3% more, 15% lasting for 15 seconds. You can do a lot in 15 seconds, I feel like, especially with HIYUKI. And yeah, you know what? I honestly do think that these two 4-star weapons are very, very solid and very, very good options for HIYUKI if you don't have her weapon or the 5-star weapon I showed you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know down below if you guys got her. I would be congratulating you guys, but I'd also be like, come on, why didn't I get her yet? But congratulations if you guys got her. And let me know down below what weapon you guys are using on her. Are you guys going to test out any weapons I told you about in this video? And that's pretty much it. Peace out, hamsters. Take care.